Welcome to another review room tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about the assignments section. So I'm going to click on our assignments button on the top left and we're going to get the following screen. So as you already know, in order to assign applications to judges, the way you do that is you select an application on the left, and on the right hand side you select the corresponding judges, and you can go on, like this, and then finally press the save button either here. Now here's the interesting thing, right? So if you click on the save button here, it will save and it will close the window. However, if you click on the save button at the top, it will only save but not close the window. So that's the difference between the two buttons. Comes in handy to know that. Now there's also another option. You see this button here that says viewing by submissions? That just means that on the left hand side you're going to see submissions, and you're going to basically toggle based on submissions. Now if you click this button one time, now it's going to change to viewing by reviewers. So that's pretty cool, because on the left hand side now you're going to see the reviewer, and as you click on a reviewer you're going to see which applications that reviewer is looking at, and then when you click on the other reviewer you'll see what applications that reviewer is looking at. And that's interesting because that gives you two ways, and depending on the type of your competition and how well you know your judges or your applicants, you might choose one way or the other. Now let's click on it one more time. You see that there's a third option called viewing by teams. Now teams are essentially teams within a reviewer group. Now it's true that you can have separate reviewer groups, but you can also have teams within a group. So what does that mean? And there's a lot of discussion that we have to do based on that, so I'm just going to leave it out for now, but just so that you know, there is also a teams option, and we'll talk about it shortly. Now, let me click on this one more time. We're back to view by submissions. So you saw that I accidentally clicked the show me button just earlier, and if I click on it again, you'll see something interesting. So right now, these applications are listed. You have the title, you have the name of the applicant, but that's not a lot of information. Let's say that you wanted to know something like what group is this particular applicant in? It's a very legitimate question. So if I click on show me and then I press group, what you're going to see is the group that the application is in is also listed, and then you can sort by that value, right? And then basically see which group is going to be on top, and which group each application belongs to. But you can also add in more things, such as if you scroll down and let's say you're looking at a question and you click on this, what's going to happen is you're going to see any applications that have obviously answered this question. For example, for this one, this is the way that this person responded, and you can use this metadata and other information that these people have submitted. You can use this for the purpose of essentially making your assignments easier. Sometimes you don't need that information, sometimes it's more random and you're just basically distributing applications based on the availability of reviewers, but other times you want to know, for example, people who specialize in the applications that are in the biotech area, maybe you want to give them to the biotech judges, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's one thing. Now let's click on viewing by one more time, and it reverses slides, and now we see the reviewers on the left. Now there's a show me option here as well, but you notice the judges don't have that much information, right? So then you might ask the question, well, what if judges had extra information? So for example, what if I wanted to know which country each judge was from, or other information? So what you can do is actually add custom fields to judges. Now your question is, well, how do you do that? I'll show you in a second. So if you close that window, in the column section there's something interesting called add new custom field. So let's click on that. If I click on that, for a custom field, let's say country is a custom field for whatever reason that's useful to you. So you press save, and now what you need to do is press refresh on your browser, and what that's going to do is it's going to add that additional information. And now if you go to the column section, actually I'm not sure if you needed to refresh, maybe I didn't need to, but scroll down and now you can add country as one of the columns. It's over here, but it's not very big, so let me get rid of last login. Let me uncheck that. All right, and now here's country. Now if I click on it, then it's going to allow me to type in something. So let's say for one of them I type in USA, and for the other one, this one, let's say I type in Canada. Right, so now we have two countries, and now when I go to the assignment interface, I can actually add in that extra field. So if I go view by reviewers, show me, and I show country, you can see that information and use that to help in your assignment. So there's more things to talk about from the judge's perspective. Stay tuned, watch the next video, and we'll talk more then.